I would say I'm a reluctant alpinist. I really hate waking up at ridiculous hours. I don't like to be cold. I don't like to be hungry. And yet I constantly find myself pushing into those realms.
Recording.
My name is Mike Gardner, second generation mountain guide. I live in Victor, Idaho, on the west side of Grand Teton mountain range. I ski and I climb, but that doesn't necessarily define me as a person. I attribute all of my athletic ability to skateboarding. Something that's really interesting is every run pretty much ends in a fall, you know? And so like the goal becomes failure, which I think is a pretty cool life lesson to take into all of your pursuits. The goal is always the process and the enjoyment of just moving your body through space and time. It's not so much about what you do, but how you do it. I'll probably be doing 2 large expeditions a year and make that more of an expression of life rather than the fight for survival. I find an immense amount of joy in trying to strike a balance in life between putting myself out there in these places where humans maybe aren't supposed to spend much time, and then offsetting that with lounging around in an alpine meadow. There's really all sorts of fun terrain right out the back door. There's really no excuse not to get in the mountains every single day. Clear the head. If you were to look at the arc of any professional athlete ever, it's not linear. It has an arc to it, right? And we're gonna like peak and crest and nosedive at a certain point, and we can do so gracefully or not. And so for me to like mix up different aspects and constantly be learning just makes that nosedive a nice, smooth, controlled arc into like mediocrity. Sorry, that's depressing, but to shock my system or to shock the definitions, right? Like as soon as people will identify me as an alpinist or a climber, like I don't want to have expectations of myself. And then also doing completely random things with skiing, like being towed behind horses.
Ready, kid? Yep.
Ski joring is one of the coolest sports on snow. It's a complete representation of where I grew up, where skiing was the minority. To see a sport that combines all of those different cultures and lifestyles into one was something I wanted to be a part of. Sometimes you're inspired, other times you're not. And I think that it's really important to allow space for being uninspired and be open to things that maybe don't necessarily define you, whatever it might be. And that growth could be, totally 180 from what you've done for the past decades of your life. I would hope that there is an overarching style and ethics and potential character that comes through in the activities I do, not so much just the physical feats and the pursuits. I just want to have as many cool, wild experiences as I can in this life, and I just like the experience of being alive, period.